Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Imani Shamsuddin.
And I'm Tirza Sprigella. Let's take a look at the news. Last week, Peoria Area Friends of International Students had an event at the Garrett Center. Let's check it out.
On Friday evening, the Peoria Area Friends of International Students held an event for people of different backgrounds. We came here to see why.
We didn't want to have a Valentine's party because we're not a matchmaking crowd, but we did want to celebrate Friendship Day, which is celebrated lots of places around the world. And so tonight is Friendship Night. We're going to have board games and some games like that, some snacks, and just a social opportunity for international students and anybody else who's interested in being a friend of international students to get together for a social time.
Although this is an event for a diverse group of people, it begs the question how many areas these people originate from.
I come from Denver, Colorado.
My name is Prem. I'm from India.
I'm Amy. I come from Taiwan.
Originally from South Korea.
And I'm from Berwyn, Illinois.
I am originally from Finland, and I've been in the States since I was 17, off and on between the two countries.
This is surely an event that connects towards a variety of people. But why is it important for this community?
Because I couldn't play on that. You're first.
One of the impetus is to find people in the community that are interested in interacting with international students, to tell them, hey, you guys are welcome in our community. It doesn't matter where you're from, what your perspectives are, that we're inclusive and that we really want you to be here. We're glad you're here. So what we do is we find students who are interested in the program and find volunteers in the community and match them. And they could do a variety of things. It could be just a cup of coffee at One World, or it could be to their house for a Christmas event. It could be something in the community at the Civic Center. It could be a tour of Peoria or going shopping. So there's a wide variety of things that can occur with this program and the interactions with the students. It's just dependent upon the student and the volunteers.
For BUTV News, I'm Joshua Blake.
Volante Winds performed as guest artist in the Dingledine Music Hall last night. Volante Winds is a musical quintet founded in 2016. In the few short years the group has been around, they have made a national name for themselves, having been featured on National Public Radio in Bloomington, Indiana, and becoming semifinalists in the 2018 Fishoff National Chamber Music Competition. In the 2017 Plowman Chamber Music Competition, Volante Winds engages well with their communities, collaborating with local artists. They also enjoy performing across the nation for rural communities who rarely get to watch live performances. The music department's next wind performance will be this Sunday with the Bradley Symphonic Winds. Last Saturday morning, the Black Student Summit prepared an event meant for Black students all around campus. During this event, whether some are friends or to others considered strangers, all come together to socialize with one another. Further into the event, they had speaker Dr. Venus Evans Winters lecture students about the importance of Black excellence in the age of racial trauma, making the event meant also for educational purposes. These students connecting with others who share the same heritage and experiences as themselves are great welcome to this event. A Bradley student who hosted the event with others has more to say here.
This is the first annual Black Student Summit. It's an opportunity for all the Black students on campus to come together, be unified, and celebrate being unapologetically Black.
Until next time, we'll be sure to update you with more Bradley news for you Bradley Braves.
Bradley had another music scholarship concert on Sunday afternoon, this time with Broadway and opera in mind.
The Bradley Music Department had their music scholarship concert series Broadway Lights and Opera Stars on Sunday afternoon. This concert was to help raise money for scholarships for incoming students. Dr. Carrie Walters has more to say on this.
It's a series of concerts. I think there are 7 or 8 concerts that we do every year that we help to raise funds to give scholarships for deserving and talented kids who want to come to Bradley as music majors.
Students and faculty from the music department took part in singing some songs from popular Broadway and opera shows. Performers chose a song that they've worked on before and sang it for everyone to hear. Even some Bradley alumni came back to support the department.
I started inviting some of our alums that have been quite successful, that have gone on to do master's degrees in vocal performance at various institutions.
With a professor like Dr. Walters, an event like the Music Scholarship Concert Series can happen, especially with her knowledge of classical music.
I coordinate the voice area here at Bradley, and my own training has been in classical music, and that's what we teach here is the classical style of singing. What we really try to teach is a well-rounded technique that you can use to sing any kind of music.
Dr. Walters got up and sang some songs, and I asked her how it felt to perform.
I've been doing it for a long time, but every time I get up to do it, it's a brand new experience. Because what you do in rehearsal is not always what happens in performance.
The next Musical Scholarship Concert Series takes place on April 14th. I'm Trey Gilliland reporting for BUTV News.
Now, it's time to take a behind-the-scenes look at a club that makes short films made entirely by students. It's called Hilltop Films. Hilltop Films is a short film club here at Bradley University. They meet every Monday at 7:30 in GCC 104. The meetings typically only last a half hour. The club is broken up into small groups of actors, writers, production crew, post-production crew, and a promo team. The meetings consist of going over plans for the future and checking up on every group's status. Executive producer Riley Egan has more to say about what happens in the club and talks about the current short film they are working on.
Every semester, we produce, direct, edit, and create a short film every single semester. And so our current project this semester is titled Undergrad. It follows 2 students through all 4 years of their college experience.
Hilltop Films is always looking for new people. You can reach them at hilltopfilms18@gmail.com.
Last Friday, the Chinese Culture Club celebrated Chinese New Year at Markin in the Performance Court. The event had free Chinese food, traditional performances, games, a raffle, and arts and crafts. The event was put on by Chinese Culture Club, and according to President Yijun Li, the club plans on celebrating other traditional Chinese holidays in the future. The club aims to promote awareness and understanding of Chinese culture while making new friends along the way. Chinese New Year has become an annual event for the club and welcomes everyone to celebrate.
Chinese New Year is like a reunion of family. So family will get together and eat dinner and watch like TV shows, that kind of stuff. And we celebrate like spring.
Chinese Culture Club meets bi-weekly every Thursday. Anyone is free to join. Join us after the break to see whether or not the sun will come out tomorrow.
Find out what's new with U.S.-Japanese relations. Don't go away.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. give up. Go back to the Dome Star. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Keegan, can you tell me why it is snowing again?
You know what? At this point, it's like the blind is leading the blind with the weather. And you know what? I also was extremely surprised this morning when I woke up for my 9 a.m. and there was snow all over the ground once again. And then it's already melted off again, like by what, noon? I walked out and it was all gone. So
I'm confused.
let's go ahead and talk about the weather here. I don't know about you guys though, but it is going to be raining money because we are finally about to see some change in the weather. For the first time in my history as the BUTV News anchor here, the radar is clear. Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, all the nasty rain, snow has moved to the northeast away from us. It's all in Ohio over there. So if you live in Ohio, that's too bad. Suck up the rain tonight. Let's go ahead and look over at our temperature map here as well. Guess what? It's still cold. So it's still around low to mid 30s here in good old Peoria, but hey, that's better than last week. We were looking at 31, 32 degrees. So hopefully Mother Nature will keep on bumping up our temperature here in Peoria. But I mean, can you guys really expect anything else? It is Central Illinois and it's February. So let's go ahead and look at our 5-day forecast here. The sun is starting to sneak a peek this week. Would you look at that? I don't know about you guys, but that 41 degrees, 46 degrees, Friday morning, I will be stepping out in my short shorts, so watch out, ladies. It'll be feeling like I'm in Tampa, Florida over here, because 40 degrees is much better than negative 10 degrees that we've seen lately. It is going to be raining on Saturday, though, so make sure that you guys get out those umbrellas for your fun weekend activities. Alrighty, that's about all I have for your weather forecast this week. Now let's go ahead and take it to our entertainment news with Hernan Gutierrez.
The Japanese American Citizens League Kakashi Project is a program that sends Asian Americans to Japan for a week. The all-expense-paid trip is funded by the Japanese government and focuses on strengthening of U.S.-Japanese relations. There are 2 programs each year, one in December and the other in February. The program includes meetings with the Japanese Minister of Foreign Affairs, activities in Tokyo, and a homestay in rural Japan. If you are of Asian American descent and would like to apply for the program, go to kakakashi.jacl.org. Speaking of Japan, Terrace House Opening New Doors has just wrapped up its season on Netflix. Terrace House is a Japanese reality TV show that features 3 men and 3 women living together in a house. Unlike most American reality TV, the participants continue their everyday lives, such as work or school, are allowed to post on social media, and can choose to move out of the house whenever they please. Most participants go on the show in hopes of finding a romantic partner. Observing the difference between Japanese and American cultural dating standards makes Terrace House a blast to watch. Moving to the U.S., a brewer in Grand Rapids, Michigan is using singing bowls, tuning forks, and even didgeridoos to make kombucha. The startup duo Jewel Andrews and Jeff Lambden say the same kombucha brewed at the same time, but with different vibrations in each jar, creates completely different flavors. The brewery, Sacred Springs, is baked by science for their theory. Sonic stimuli can affect bacterial growth and increase yeast metabolism, 2 major factors in the brewing of kombucha. The 2 have been wildly successful and hope to keep serenading their sweet tea.
I think that's a pretty cool exchange program they have going on.
Definitely. I've never been to Japan, but
yeah, that's the first time I've heard of that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, well, up next, we'll be checking out footage from the latest show put on by Barbecue Kitten.
As well as a special President's Day edition of Campus Convos. Don't go anywhere.
to Maddie. Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
How much presidential knowledge does Bradley know? We sent our reporter Jade Sewell to find out in this week's edition of Campus Convos.
Today is President's Day, and we are here in the Student Center to figure out how much students know about Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Adams, Jackson, Van Buren. Which 5 presidents were founding fathers?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that question. I'm guessing George Bush.
Oh. Thomas Jefferson? I feel like Thomas Jefferson's one. Thomas Jefferson, George Washington. That's as far as I can get.
Harrison, Tyler, Polk, and Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, and Hayes, Garfield, MacArthur, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland, McKinley, George W. Bush, and George H.W. Bush. Why do they have to have the same name?
Well, I think we just have too many Georges. I mean, there was Washington, there was, I think, Washington Carver, and now 2 more Bushes. It's just too many Georges.
So Abraham Lincoln was the tallest president. But do you know who the shortest was?
I'd probably go with George Washington.
Close. It was actually the 4th president, James Madison.
I was not too far. Okay.
No, not bad at all. Who was the first president to have electricity in the White House?
Thomas Jefferson?
It was actually Harrison.
Oh.
Roosevelt, Taft, Harding, Coolidge, Hoover, Roosevelt, Bush, Clinton, Bush, and Obama. True or false? Harrison Ford was the 24th president of the United States.
True.
So obviously U.S. history is not my strong suit, ladies and gentlemen.
Reporting for BUTV News, I'm Jade Sewell.
Wow, those keep getting better and better. All right, everyone's favorite improv comedy group is back again for another semester of ad-libbed entertainment.
Barbecue Kitten had their first show this past weekend. The improv troupe held their Valentine's Day themed performances on Saturday in the O'Sullivan Theater. The Kittens' performances always carry on a theme to spice up their shows. Publicist Sophia Fishkin explains how they choose that theme.
We choose our themes mostly based off of, seasonal holidays, but we like to keep things inclusive. So probably around March, you'll be looking at something spring flavored for our theme.
These student comedians have graced the campus for the past 16 years, and with their continuous recruiting of new performers, they don't seem to be stopping anytime soon.
We have open Wednesday rehearsals every Wednesday, 10:30 to 12 at night in Lydia's Lounge in University Hall. But we play games with people. If you come up to us afterwards, we're more than happy to give notes and talk about how you can improve and the next step for you. And eventually, if you're taking those notes, if you're working hard, you might get asked into the perspective track.
But you don't have to be an experienced comedian to join the troupe. Barbecue Kitten is open to working with performers of all kinds to help them get to where they need to be.
I recommend improv to anyone that likes taking risks, anyone that loves kind of that rush for adrenaline, anyone that loves performing. Everyone has their own style of comedy, their own style of performance, but if you like to have fun, if you like comedy, if you like creating things spontaneously, improv's absolutely for you.
Barbecue Kitten will be performing again soon and throughout the rest of the semester.
We will be doing 4 shows this semester. Our next one is on March 9th. The one after that is April 6th and then May 7th.
Tickets are $2 at the door at New Miller Hall. For BUTV News, I'm Max Allen.
Up next, we'll be joined by Larry Larson as he shares insights into Bradley's basketball, baseball, and softball teams.
But first, a word from our sponsors. Don't touch that remote. Yeah.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream, that I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly, just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
So good to see you guys.
So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on... Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
La 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 la, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
You're not sitting here.
Yes, I am.
Move! Give it to him hard!
No, now.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
All right, so we're here with Larry, and I've seen that you've been at a lot of games this past week. Can you give us some insight, good, bad?
Yeah, Bradley basketball, they had a great week until their winning streak was snapped. We'll get to that later, but we'll have even more sporting events coming up with baseball and softball getting started. So, speaking of which, let's start with Bradley softball. You could say Bradley softball crushed it in their weekend trip to Las Cruces, New Mexico for the Troy Cox Classic last weekend. The team slugged 22 homers on their way to a 4-1 record. The Braves picked up wins over Montana, New Mexico State, Texas State, and San Jose State. They broke the school record for home runs in a single game with 8 versus San Jose State. Keilia Wysocki was named MVC Player of the Week after raking 6 home runs, including the first 3-homer game in school history. The team will participate in the Tennessee Invitational this weekend. First game is Saturday at 1:30 p.m. versus Louisville. The baseball team started the season on the right foot last weekend as they took 2 of 3 games versus Central Arkansas. The Braves won the first 2 games 5-2 and 4-3 before falling in the finale 13-9. Bradley received offensive contribution up and down the lineup as 12 Braves collected at least 1 hit in the series. The team will kick off a 4-game swing against Tennessee opponents tomorrow versus Austin Peay. First pitch is at 3 p.m. Now over to women's basketball. After taking a loss at Southern Illinois on Friday, the women's basketball team looked to bounce back on Sunday at Missouri State. We'll take a look at the highlights. The Bears cheerleaders helped add to the home court advantage for the Bears. However, that did not deter the Braves. Chelsea Brackman with a nice post spin move. She had 6 points for the Braves. Bodies hit the deck for the loose ball. The Bears come up with it, however, and Jasmine Franklin takes it all the way to the rack for the layup. Laisha Petrie helping keep the Braves in a close game. She drives past her defender and gets the layup to go. The first half was a real close one. It was tied at the half. However, the second half was a much, much different story as Missouri State pulled away in the fourth quarter thanks to the help of Alexa Willard's 29 points as she makes a short jumper there as Bradley lost by a final of 82-60. The ladies now fall to 7-6 in MVC play. They will look to get back on track versus rival Illinois State at home on Friday. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Coming off a big win at home versus Loyola and a phenomenal road performance at ISU, the Bradley men's basketball team's 4-game win streak was snapped with a 77-68 loss at Drake last night. The Braves outshot Drake from the field, but were sunk by the Bulldogs' 31 made free throws, as well as 2 technical fouls called on Bradley. Pretty questionable technical fouls, I might add, called on Bradley in the second half. Elijah Childs posted a career-high 24 points. Dwayne Latier-Ogunlehe added a double-double with 13 points and 10 rebounds, followed by Darryl Brown's 9. The Braves come back to Peoria on Saturday as they take on Evansville at 1 p.m.
Okay, so it ebbs and flows, it's
good. Yeah, that's sports.
It's okay, yeah. All right, so we're doing okay. Stay tuned and learn about upcoming events here at Bradley.
And to see a remarkable performance by Bradley's own Pierre Paul. Stay put.
Give it back!
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Vivo's Do It Yourselfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old t-shirt.
It's not garbage, it's actually a brand new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's $5.47.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back. Now let's take a look at some important dates coming to Bradley. Tomorrow is a job fair open to all students with all different majors and minors who are interested in seeking internships or in full-time positions. This is an all majors fair. The spring job and internship fair typically attracts 150 plus employers from a variety of industries and regions. Over 900 students typically attend this fair to explore career options, network with employers, and/or pursue internships or full-time positions. Please visit the Fairs and Events menu tab in Bradley Network to view the most recent list of registered employees. A professional photographer will also be available during the fair to take free LinkedIn headshots for students and alumni. Last chance to audition for BU Laughter Live's upcoming show. If you would like to perform sketch comedy, then contact President Ryan Knott at thebullproduction@gmail.com. Also email Ryan if you cannot attend the audition times and would like to still take a chance at the tryout.
Well, that's it for BUTV News this week. I'm Tirza Sprigella.
I'm Larry Larson.
I'm Hernan Gutierrez.
I'm Keegan Burkhart.
And I'm Imani Shamsuddin. We leave you tonight with a performance from Pierre Paul. We'll see you next week.
So my girl just hit my line, says she's no longer mine. So I asked her why, yeah. She said I didn't make time. Now I'm begging, what the hell can I do? How can I make it better? How can I be your world? How can I change my weather? Cause my eyes are now clouds. So watch the rain coming down, down, down. She had Tommy Hilfiger lingerie on. I gave her Johnny Cochran, that was case closed. But I went out that night, I should've stayed home. Cause when I came back, my baby girl was gone. Now I'm begging, what the hell can I do? How can I make it better? How can I be your world? How can I change my weather? Cause my eyes are now clouds. So watch the rain coming down, down, down. Yeah. Look into my eyes.